Hello, I'm Ryan Emery, and this is City of Stars, where I talk about movies, TV shows, and really just Hollywood news in general. In today's episode, I'll be going over movies that were released over the summer, all the way to the recently released Five Nights at Freddy's movie. To start us off, let's talk about Across the Spider-Verse, the sequel to what's, in my opinion, the greatest animated movie of all time. Now, to be honest, I really enjoyed this movie. I took my sister to see it when it was in theaters, and for me, it was kind of a kickoff to the summer. I loved a lot about it. The soundtrack was amazing, with Mona Lisa being one of my favorite songs now, and Miles and Gwen's character development was also amazing. The cliffhanger at the end also gets you really excited for Beyond the Spider-Verse, which the movie was going to come out at the end of this year, but I've heard rumors of a delay, so I'm not sure. After Across the Spider-Verse, the next two movies that really stood out to me over the summer is the Barbenheimer double feature. First off, Oppenheimer. I am really impressed how Christopher Nolan did not use any CGI in this movie. The cinematography was also amazing, and all the acting was stellar. Now for the second movie in the double feature, and what I personally think is the best movie of this year, and honestly one of my favorite movies of all time now, Barbie. Barbie is probably the funniest movie I've ever seen, but it also portrays a really good message. The cast is amazing, including many familiar faces like Ryan Gosling, Margot Robbie, and Simu Lee. The set was also really impressive, how they made the entire village. That part to me was really cool. Now to conclude my summer movie highlights, we have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem. Now, I've always been a Ninja Turtle fan as a kid, so this movie I feel like was really special to me. They used a similar animation style to Spider-Verse, although it was a little more messy, and I didn't like it as much, but it was still really good. The movie was directed by Seth Rogen, who has a really good track record with also doing Invincible and The Boys. As well as Spider-Verse, the soundtrack was also really good and made the scenes way better than they would have been. Now, this movie was very entertaining. I'd say it's my least favorite of the movies I've seen over the summer, but I really enjoyed it and recommend you go see it if you're a Ninja Turtles fan as well. Now that we have gone over the summer movies, let's conclude this video by going over the very recently released Five Nights at Freddy's movie. Like Ninja Turtles, I was a big FNAF fan growing up, and so I've been really excited for this movie, and I know a lot of fans have been waiting a really long time for this. The movie sticks with the game's plot, but also kind of switches it up, and I feel like how they did it was perfect. Matthew Lillard as William Afton was also amazing. His acting was great, and there were parts of it that kind of felt like Stumacher and Scream, which I really liked. Now, critics are giving this movie really bad reviews, but from what I'm hearing, the fans are loving it, and I can see why. I feel like people who know Five Nights at Freddy's and all of that will enjoy it a lot more than people who are just getting introduced to it by this movie. Now, to conclude, many great movies released over the summer, and I am really looking forward to movies that are getting released in the next year. Two examples being Dune Part 2 and hopefully Deadpool 3, although there are rumors that it might be getting delayed. I guess that wraps up this episode of City of Stars. Hopefully I will see you next episode. Bye.